Is the root of nightmares too easy? Why does that necessarily matter? In Destiny, a lot of the best and most favorite raids from the community happen to be the raids that take the least amount of time to complete. SOTP. You cannot go on Twitter before a release of a new DLC with people saying, Copium, please bring back SOTP, or, oh, I can't wait for Wrath of the Machine to come to Destiny 2. These are highly sought after raids to return, and players love these raids, even though if you look at their day one completions, they are considered the easy raids of the community. So, what's bad about a raid being easy? As for mechanically difficulty raids, people really want the Last Wish to come back again. They want it to be the new Last Wish. We want the 19-hour raid race. Alright, let's be realistic. How many people would actually do Last Wish if you could not cheese Riven? Let's be real about this. Would you do Last Wish if you could not cheese Riven? Do you know how to do Last Wish without cheesing Riven? Do you know how the vault encounter works? Not a lot of people do. Every time I say, hey, let's do legit Riven, people are like, I don't know how to do that. I've never done Riven legit. That is crazy that people know a method that isn't the way it's intended to be played more so than the actual method. The raid has been out for years and people do not know how to actually do it. Now, that's a mishap on Bungie's end. They did not want to fix it. They did not think, oh, it's an important thing to fix. And I'm not going to sit here and try to convince Bungie to fix it. I mean, come on, this raid came out, 2018? Yeah, there's no way I'm convincing Bungie to go back to a raid this far back, unless they're revamping it. But that's not the point of the video. Does the new raid being easy matter for the majority of players? I don't think it should. A lot of people really miss diverse loadouts. People want to use a machine gun in endgame. People want to use swords in endgame. People want to be able to use guns that they want to use in endgame. This raid allows that, which isn't a bad thing. Being able to one phase a boss with a machine gun, if you guys are all sitting in a well and you all have the 30% debuff, is not necessarily a bad thing. I think we should be encouraged to do this more often. Having everything being reliant off the meta isn't really that fun. I think Bungie is trying to make the raid get like the normal tier. Like going into the raid, that is the normal tier. Master mode, that's really the end game. Because not a lot of players are doing master mode because guess what? You have to go super hard meta and it's not that fun to do because it's not rewarding. Now, it is rewarding. So when you go in, you have to use the meta and you have to play by the new rules. The new rules being the surges. There's going to be more champions, most likely. And we just have to deal with that. So, does it matter if this raid is easy, if it's trying to get more people to do the base content, and then a little bit more people doing the master content because of that? If people have experienced contest mode and said, hey, this isn't that bad, maybe I'll try the master raid when it comes out. That's a better thing than players saying, oh, I don't want to do it because, one, it's just too much ammo, it's too RNG to be able to kill a boss, you have to be a super sweat. This game isn't made around super sweats. Let's be real. Now for the plot twist that you were not expecting, let's talk about where's the content for the super sweats. I like doing master content. I want to do the master dungeons, I want to do the master raids, but I don't want to wait on the 6-week lockout. Yeah, this is the big plot twist. Let's talk about the lockouts for the master content. Why do we have to wait for it to be on the rotator for master content? Like, so I have to wait, let's see. So now King's Fall is now on that rotation. I have to wait how many weeks? So Last Wish, GOS, Deepstone Crypt, VOG, VOW, King's Fall. I have to wait 6 weeks. That's basically when GMs come out. I have to wait until GMs come out to do Master King's Fall. And then the only other time I can do it again is on the 12th week of a season. That sucks. How are you going to try to encourage me to go into master content if I cannot even enter master content on any given week? This system needs to change. We either need to have more rotators going on at once. We need to have 2 rotating master raids, or just have the master raids always be available. I don't want to sit here and wait 6 weeks to be able to do a raid and then try to find those people in that limited 6 weeks. I only have 7 days. Let's say I have to go to work. Well, I might only have 2 days out of that week. That sucks for me as a player who wants to play that content. If you want to try to encourage me to go into this master content, it needs to be more available to play, not more available to complete. I don't think that should be the case. More available to play. That is what I want. Now, I can understand if the new raid, you're going to time gate it. That's fine. All fine by me. It gives me time as the player to go into the new raid, get the armor, try to get a good armor set for the master raid, and then when I do the master raid, I get the adept weapons. I get even better armor that works better for my build. So then I can take more players who want to do that master content into it. I think that is a perfectly fine system, and just reward me for doing that. If I want to be a super sweat in the master content, I should be rewarded for doing that, and Bungie is giving us that reward. Now that I have established the line and the stand, we need to talk about the biggest outlier that you've probably seen in the background footage. Starfire Protocol Warlock. Is it OP? What needs to get changed? What needs to get nerfed? In my opinion, Starfire by itself is fine. It is a glass cannon. If you want to play it, you have to use an empowering rift. Oh, let's say, play it efficiently. You have to use an empowering rift, and you have to use fragments or aspects that heal you if you want healing. However, here's the big plot twist. Well of Radiance, double ashes to assets, negate that entirely. You can have a Well of Radiance constantly if you just know how to throw grenades at a group of ads. And that is it. Now, how do we fix this problem? Well, that's the problem. Well of Radiance is too strong. This shit needs to go. We need to encourage more support supers being used. People literally only use bubble to just make extra orbs at times. And if you're doing that, you might as well just use like T-Crash. At least you would provide more damage than the bubble is. Because the well already makes 3 orbs. I mean, I guess you can get an overshield from a bubble, but that doesn't really matter. The Well of Radiance is just going to cover that. Yeah, sure, you're going to have like 50% DR inside of a well, but you already have 50% DR inside of a well. That extra 50 is not really doing much for you. And just look at this clip right here. Like, yeah, we're using Thunderlord to kill Nezarec. It's a meme kill. And he's just not going to do anything to us. Oh, look, we have multiple Warlocks using a well. And that just totally negates all content. I think a Well of Radiance should just be what it states, a Well of Radiant. I don't think it should provide as much healing as it does. I think we should require Warlocks to drop their healing rifts inside of a well if they want to take advantage of that. So that nerfs Starfire a ton, because now if you want to heal inside of a well, you have to drop your healing lift as well. So when you're running Starfire, you can't be spamming your solar grenades as much as you would. I think that would be a perfectly balanced way to balance it. However, we still have the double ashes to assets part. Well, this is how we change it. We just got to nerf Touch of Flame fusions. They are powerful. You do not need to be on Well of Radiance to know how, or Starfire to know how powerful they are at a base level. I don't know. That's just my take. I think I'm just going to end the video off there.